This is Kingston's Lake. This place, quiet. Now the thing about Kingston's Lake is it's not on Lake Superior. So let me give you a little tour of Kingston's Lake. Okay, it was a real good trip up here to the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I actually left Wednesday around 8 o'clock at night. Ended up spending the night at Angola at Camp Walmart. And now it's right around 6:30 in the evening and I've made it up here to Kingston's Lake. Kingston's Lake is a state campground. Beautiful little state campground. Has about a dozen sites or so. $15 a night, first come, first serve. I checked 12 Mile Beach Campground, which is right down the road. It's reservation only, and I drove through there and there's at least a half a dozen campsites that are not occupied. But I talked to the camp host, Bonnie, and she said there's really nothing she can do about it. If it says reserved, somebody's paid for it, it's paid for. So the system seems like it ought to be tweaked a little bit, where if you don't show up by 6, 7 o'clock at night, you forfeit that night and somebody else should be able to get that site. That's just the way the program is set up. Recreational.gov handles all that. Lake Superior is a few miles this way due north the shoreline of Lake Superior. You don't get the view of Lake Superior, you don't get to see the waves and hear the waves, but if it's stormy and cold, this campground would be really sheltered compared to camping on the shoreline itself. It's always a treat to come back to the UP of Michigan. It's so beautiful up here. Serene, quiet. You know, the fall is the best. Most of the bugs should be gone by now. But I did notice when I was talking to the camp host, Bonnie, I did notice I saw a couple sable flies kind of buzzing around. So it gives me a little bit of concern. Today is Thursday. By next Wednesday, it is supposed to hit 65 degrees here. That's unbelievable. It's the UP of Michigan. I am all the way up on the shore of Lake Superior and it's going to hit 65 degrees on October 18th or 19th. That's incredible. The weather has changed. Things are changing all the time. Nice little pathway here going down. I know last time I was here, I did copy down how the trees, how the water level is so high that it actually was killing a lot of trees, and it looks like it has continued. If you come up here to Lake Superior, there's not a lot of campsites everywhere, especially if you get out on the big lake, if you want to camp out on the shore. So you got to make reservations early, you got to plan ahead. Here it is, even the middle of October, and everything still seems to be pretty booked up. I hope they kind of change that reservation system a little bit. I guess if you don't show up, you kind of forfeit that night. If you don't show up for 2 nights, you forfeit the whole week. Because I got a feeling a lot of people pay for reservations back in February, March, and then they don't ever show up. I guess the state still gets their money, but I don't know. Beautiful evening. Since I drove all last night, only slept for about 4 hours, drove all day today, I got a feeling I'm going to get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be quiet. It's going to be nice and cool. Beautiful. I'm glad you came along. Okay, so that's Kingston Lake. And it looks like to me like I'm gonna have a full moon this week. That's kind of unusual. Most of the time I come here, there's no moon at all. So that's pretty cool. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm getting hungry. It's time to make a little bit of supper, and then it's time to get some good rest. See you tomorrow. Okay, just want to go ahead and record this. It's a little after midnight, and about 25 minutes ago, the car pulled into the campground here. Actually, it looked like me like it might have been a small truck. Pulled in at a pretty good rate of speed. Pulled around to the other side of the little pond right here, or the little bay that I'm parked at. I'm camped on one side, the campers are parked on the other side of this little bay. It's not very far. Might be 100 yards across. The car pulls in. All of a sudden I heard a guy start talking. I see the car pull up. The guy says, "Oh, wait a minute. I thought what was happening is that he was backing the car in to the campsite. Then I heard a little bit more discussion. Then all of a sudden I heard the guy say again, wait. Next thing I know, the truck comes screaming around the bay. And somebody is screaming inside the truck, screaming somebody's name as loud as they can. It was a female. I don't know, it was Chad or Chance or something, I don't know. But just screaming their name as they went by my van right now. And they went out to the main road at M58. And then they just squalled the tires and they headed into toward Munising. And it has been dead quiet out here. There's no lights on the other side of the pond there. I don't see anybody walking around. I don't see, there's probably a half a dozen campers out here. I don't see anybody out with their lights on or anything. So, tell you what, that's the bad thing. See, normally I'd definitely call 911 right now. Call 911, call the sheriffs, you know. I don't know if that was an abduction. I don't know if maybe a husband come out here and found his wife out here with another person. I don't know. So anyways, I'm kind of just on edge right now. I'm waiting for somebody to come back. Hell, that person on the other side of the lake over there could have been stabbed or something. I hear no screaming. I hear no moaning. It's dead quiet out here, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this light off. Strange stuff. There you can see me a little bit. I took a drive down to the Bear Trap restaurant. I called 911. They reported what I had seen, what I'd heard. Dispatcher said he was going to get a hold of the state police, talk to someone, and then they were going to try to get back a hold of me. I'm out here standing in the middle of the road underneath a street light out here, so you could see me. I just got to thinking that very uncomfortable with what happened. The fact that she was screaming when that truck left. The fact that there was no lights and just dead quiet on the other side of the campground right there, you know, and maybe somebody got stabbed or hurt or I don't know. And I didn't feel comfortable about driving over there with a light and starting to look around. I mean, I don't know what's going on. I got a hold of the state troopers, and hopefully one of them's going to get a hold of me here shortly, and maybe they might want to follow me back there and find out what's going on. So never know about these adventures. It's getting close to about 1:30 in the morning, and so we'll just see what happens. Keep you in touch. That was a rough night. Here I thought I was going to get a good night's sleep, and man. So what ended up happening is 2 Michigan State Police came by, met me at the bear trap, explained what it was. They basically said there's not much they can do. They'll file some paperwork. The guy's gone, he's gone, and they didn't think there's any chance of trying to find out, especially because I didn't have identification or a license plate on the vehicle. So I just drove on back, and then throughout the night, heard another strange noise. This is kind of a strange place, Kingston's Lake. And it sounded to me like you take 2 pieces of firewood and you grab them and you pop them together. I'd hear it. About 15-20 seconds would go by. Bam! I'd hear it again. And it was moving. And it would go farther out into the woods, and then it'd come closer, and then go farther back out again. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was either. Things happen. You know, you get out here in the North Country and you get off the grid. It's so funny to be off the grid. Yeah, so my first reaction would have been to, grab the cell phone, dial 911, and report it. You're out here off the grid and there's nothing you can do. Back of the van, tucked in the bed back there, by the time I jumped up and got my shoes on and was able to get in a driver's cab and take off, I guess I could have tried to chase him, but it would have had a pretty good head start on me. I don't know. The way he peeled off out of here, I don't think I would have been able to catch him. Maybe it was nothing. I got a feeling it's one of those cases we'll never find out. So it's a chilly morning. It is in the low 40s this morning. Tomorrow morning it's supposed to be about 38. Thing is I'm going to do a video, and I thought the video on Kingston's Lake was going to be me out in my canoe, maybe fishing, see what kind of fish I could catch here. But instead, the video I'm going to produce is going to be called Kingston's Lake, the Incident. What the heck happened? It's like, I don't know. Some things when you're on the road like this and you're traveling around, some things you'll never know what happened, because you're at some place and you just move on and you go on down the road. But the strangest thing happened here at Kingston's Lake one night. I'll probably never know. Goodbye for now, Kingston's Lake. I'll stop in and check on you next year. May even stay again. I don't know. Still pretty creepy what happened. LAF Space Film Fest. It's capital LAF Space Film Fest. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Hammer it down. I appreciate it. Helps me go on creepy little adventures like Kingston's Lake. Strange stuff.